got lots of little
my poetry is based on work experiences and people that I used to work with and the times we used to have. It was a big factory, camaraderie got through the day. First poem, it's about a lad and he was working all kinds of shifts and he couldn't satisfy his wife because he was always shattered when he was coming home from work. Right, this poem is called Mr. Killjoy's Laundry Blues. The first time I eyed her, she was dressed as Lady Godiva. I thought this girl could change my life. Friends said it would end in derision, but I wouldn't listen. I made that woman my wife. All night and day I was working. She said your duty is shaken. What happens to that angel so mad? Her hormones had taken over and she had become a moaner, blaming me for not giving her a child. Next coffee morning, my performance she scored. I'm afraid it wasn't very high. She said my panting sounds like wheezing. There's no foreplay or teasing. She doesn't know why I try. Her friends, they look knowing. There's no seed that he's sowing. Then came the advice that I dread. There's no use in half measures. If there's no pleasures, sit on the tumble dryer. Now I know you'll think I'm taking a Michael, but she progressed the spin cycle. From that day, the electricity bill was gigantic. At the thought of kicking a habit, she was frantic, so she took in washing to make it pay. At first it was twice a week. I didn't mind, I got some sleep. Soon her clientele got bigger. She was contented. New positions she invented and attacked each load with great figure. She was in her seventh heaven, washing a football kit at the June 11. Her workload, it was quite simple. The washing powder manufacturers got to hear about her and she started to receive free samples. She took great pains to remove any stains. Her whites were whiter than white. She slaved away both night and day to achieve her orgasmic delight. Her strange addiction caused an affliction. It affected the way that she walked. She was so randy, her exploits left her bandy. And people started to talk. They began laughing. I heard them wisecracking behind my back. They'd smirk. But I was well dressed. My trousers were pressed, and I always had a good shirt. The service engineer was bemused. He said, all your circuits are fused. You could do with an industrial machine. Improve the endurance, improve your performance, and get your washing clean. Without hesitation or due consultation, a new model she went out to buy. There was no use me wishing, there was no competition, however hard I tried. At first I had illusions, but really there's no fooling, it was more powerful than I had reckoned. I don't think there's a man living that's got the guts and is willing to go faster than 50 revolutions. To increase the vibration, she removed the concrete foundation. The machine held her to and fro. Sparks, they were flying. I tell you no lying. She looked like she was riding a bucking bronco. It took 2 paramedics, a policewoman and passing cleric to release her foot from the soap tray. The vicar had divine inspiration, consulted his congregation and told everybody to pray. An account of their capers made national newspapers. There was even talk of TV. I cowered in a corner while reporters adored her. I didn't want any publicity. Her bones they soon mended, but our marriage it ended. I finally faced reality. My heart it was broken, the flat it was soaking, and the media thought I was kinky. Oh, we got divorced, of course. There was no discord. We formed an amicable alliance. I got the flat, the car and the cat. She settled for her favourite kitchen appliance. Now if your girlfriend or wife wants to spice up their life with a similar kind of fetish, be a man, put a stop to it as soon as you can, or you just might live to be. This one's for the kids. You can tell the kids this one. This is about a lad when he was kids. You know, you're all at school, and we mentioned before. Joey mentioned before about a boy with a runny nose. Well, this is Frankie. This is the story of my mate Frankie. Frankie, who didn't have a hanky. Frankie always had a runny nose, and having no hanky, he couldn't blow. Instead, Frankie used to sniff whenever the snot reached his bottom lip. On Frankie's sleeves could be seen a crusty substance to colour green. I suppose when no one was looking, Frankie might give his nose a quick wipe. One day Frankie got into trouble. Instead of sniffing, he blew a bubble. The bubble got bigger and bigger until it popped. And Frankie's nose was covered in snot. The girls in the class were horrified. One started balking, another cried. A letter was sent home with Frankie, with mum or dad to supply Frankie. Frankie got a brand new hanky. To his jumper, it was fixed. Frankie never used his hanky. He preferred to lick his lips. This is an old one, and while we were sitting down, it came to mind. So I thought, I'll write it because there's no way I could say. I'll probably forget some of it. So I've just scribbled it down. So I'll do this one now. This again is from work expert lads that I work with. There was this lad, and he done things a little bit backwards. He got a girl pregnant. Then she got a house, then he moved in, and then he got married. So the way things were, he didn't have much money. When he got married, couldn't afford a honeymoon, so he was working, and she took the kids to a caravan for the week. So he was left in work, and you know the way, I don't know about yous, but I mean, you know, you look for sort of solace, you know, companionship in the nearest person, and he chose to crack it. And the way it was with him, it was an old adage. It doesn't sort of apply these days as much, but it was like, well, if you're, sorry girls, but I mean, if a lady's ugly, you think, well, I've got a chance here. And that was his philosophy, and it was like, if she's really ugly,
PC gone mad.
He got talking to this girl. So this is it's based on a true story. This is called The Russell Rap. I went for a drink to drown my sorrow. The wife had gone away. She'd be home tomorrow. 2 weeks were then in a crisis. I had been left to my own devices. Got talking to a girl I liked heavyweight, a cruiser. She could have gone 10 rounds with a Brooklyn bruiser. Her nose was broken and her teeth were black. But I had charmed her, I still had the knack. She said I was handsome, I told her I was sad. She said she was gay, I thought she meant glad. She said she was a lesbian, I consoled her. Everyone knows Lesbos and the troubles in Yugoslavia. I should have been warned off by the word hate on her knuckles, but I was on a roll, I was knocking on a buckle. She laughed at my joke, I was showing you how to talk. I didn't know she'd been in prison when she said she lived in New York. I plied her with drink, I fancied my chances. She didn't want my advances. I thought we had something special, like ships that pass in the night. But I walked home, broken alone. I guess I wasn't airtight. Thank you.